important because you can translate and that makes you smarter. You have a good career and a good life.
Elvin, I know that you worked very hard to demonstrate your best writing skills to us. And NABE is honored and is delighted to present you this award. Congratulations. Elvin, so stand up in the front and hold it with both hands. Elvin. Okay, hold it. Okay, great. Thank you. Congratulations.
One more round of applause for Elvin. That was awesome. That essay should be framed in classrooms all over this country, I think. All right, now it's time to give a warm welcome to NABE board member Dr. Min Anhaj, who will present Student Essay First Place Award for middle schools.
When I came to the United States many years ago, one of the advantages that I had over many other immigrants was the fact that I was already fluent in Vietnamese and English. But that advantage turned into sort of a disadvantage in terms of a personal family situation for me. Because I was young and foolish, and there was no other Vietnamese around for me to practice my Vietnamese. My husband did not speak Vietnamese, so none of my children, 3 of them, were able to speak Vietnamese because I did not teach them. That was one of the regrets of my life. So now they're using Rosetta Stone, and we try to practice. So I would like to really encourage everyone, parents and teachers, to please nurture that first language because being bilingual, trilingual is so important. And like that young man had just said, make you smarter than other people. At this time, I would like to invite Antonio Flores, who is the recipient of the Bilingual Student Award for middle school, and like to congratulate his parents as well. Antonio will read his essay in Spanish.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Primeramente, le quiero dar las gracias a todas las personas que ayudaron en organizar este evento. También a la señora González, mi maestra. Por todo su apoyo y la ayuda que da a todos sus estudiantes. También a mis padres que siempre me han apoyado en toda mi vida. Ser bilingüe. Mucha gente me pregunta, ¿por qué estás en el programa bilingüe? ¿O por qué quieres hacer más trabajo en la escuela? Cuando la gente me pregunta esto, pienso en una cita de mi modelo favorito, Steve Jobs. Él dijo, tu tiempo es limitado, así que no desperdicien viviendo la vida de otra persona. No se dejen atrapar. No se dejen atrapar por el dogma, que es vivir según los resultados de los pensamientos de otras personas. No dejes que el ruido de las opiniones de los demás ahoguen tu propia voz interior. Y lo más importante, tengan el valor de seguir su corazón e intuición. Con esto en mente, mi respuesta siempre es justo quien soy. Mi nombre es Antonio Flores y tengo 14 años de edad. Yo vengo de raíces hispanas y crecer bilingüe nunca ha sido una opción, ha sido un privilegio. El bilingüismo tiene un poder que ninguna otra cosa puede darte. En la vida no hay caminos de ladrillos amarillos o árboles mágicos que te pueden llevar a cualquier lugar en cualquier momento. Pero el poder de ser bilingüe abre puertas y caminos que son ofrecidas exclusivamente por bilingüismo. Quiero ser un médico, pero no solo eso, quiero ayudar a personas con proficiencia de inglés limitado. Con esto en mente, creo que la fuerza de Estados Unidos no debería ser su diversidad. Creo que debería ser nuestra capacidad de unirse entre ideas comunes, incluso cuando nuestros orígenes son diferentes. Todas estas cosas se juntan para mostrar y explicar por qué quiero permanecer bilingüe. Ser bilingüe o multilingüe significa que eres diferente, sí. Y con tristeza vivimos en un mundo donde no todos aceptan esa diferencia. Y muchas veces previene a un montón de gente que muestren sus colores verdaderos. Pero esto no debe detener a nadie. Yo sí reconozco que me ha detenido en el pasado, pero aunque vivo en un mundo lleno de prejuicios contra quién eres, el color de tu piel y el idioma que hablas, me siento orgulloso en decir que soy diferente. Me siento orgulloso en decir que soy verdaderamente bilingüe.
Thank you so much, Antonio Flores of Valley Middle School. At this time, I would like to invite Senor and Senora Flores to stand, and also his teacher from the school. I'd like to present the first place award to Antonio Flores.
¡Qué orgullo! Antonio is seriously an inspiration, isn't he? Another round of applause for him as he takes his pictures. Wow. All right, right now we want to give a warm welcome to NABE board member Dr. Jose Ruiz Escalante, who will present Student Essay First Place Award for high schools.
Buenas tardes. ¿No se oye o qué? Oh. They gave me one paragraph, but I'm sorry, I cannot do that. I'm going to present an award, but I'm just thinking on the previous presenter, God, you know. And I was thinking, am I ready to retire? But now I think I am, because I just heard a middle school student speak. I spent time with the best students over there, and I think el coraje, las ganas are back with our community. Presenting this award, I have sentimientos encontrados. The recipient of the high school award is from Arizona. I'm a Tejano arizonense, okay? And my sentimientos encontrados are happiness, but because it's from high school, it's the rival high school that I attended. Okay? We always beat them in football. We always were more advanced academically, but that was, I don't even remember how many years ago. And the other thing that when I found out that he was the recipient, I said, I want to present this award, not only because to show him that Tucson High is better than Pueblo High, but because one of the honorees that we had yesterday, Adalberto Beto Guerrero, started the Spanish program in Pueblo High School back in the 1950s, the program called Español para Nativos. So with no more to say, I do want to welcome the award winner for the high school contest, Antonio Garcia Jr. from Pueblo High School en el hermoso pueblo de Tucson, Arizona.
Hello, everybody. My name is Enrique, actually. Está bien, está bien, está bien, está bien. Está bien, está bien, ¿verdad? Todo en familia. So, I want to thank a couple people before. Miss Rusk, Miss Sally Rusk is my teacher who's helped me throughout a lot of things, introduced me to a new way of thinking. Unfortunately, she did not make it. She couldn't make it out here, so I just want to shout her out. And then to mi padre, Enrique Garcia Sr., who took a different flight over here. We had some flight complications, but he made it out here. Te lo agradezco. Te quiero mucho. Mi maestro Elizardo Ortiz, without him, a lot of this wouldn't have been possible. He's one of the best teachers I've had over the 4 years. And other than that, I want to thank all my ancestors before me and the descendants to come afterwards, And so, yeah. Not yet, though. So what I wanted to do is read my essay, but then read a poem that I have prepared for the occasion. So I'll just go through my essay in inglés y luego my bilingual poem. So, the power of bilingualism. Oftentimes, barriers between cultures necessitate a bridge to be built, a bridge of understanding, of tolerance and acceptance. This bridge is built by language. Communication is a vital tool needed to understand a people, their dialogue, the colloquialisms, the jargon, and how they develop their thoughts and their ideologies. But sometimes barriers cannot be overcome with only words. It is how conversations leads one to realize what a language, or two for that matter, can signify for a people, for an ethnicity, for an individual, and for their own destinations in a country filled with diverse languages and cultures. I grew up in a Mexican household where traditions, where virtue and patience was just handed down slowly over time. My parents immigrated to the United States in the early 1980s and 1990s, respectively. Both originated from the same hometown but had different stops on the way to Salt Lake City, Utah. My father, a dark, slim man, had worked as a bracero during the Reagan administration in California and was granted his permanent residency. My mother, a green-eyed, light-skinned woman, crossed the Nogales border after 3 months of being held captive by a coyote and received a residency 18 years after touching American soil in 1991. My childhood was caught in the banter of immigrant values, recycling of beer cans, counting how many rosary beads were in our hands, and learning how to speak like a gringo. My native tongue is that of my mother and father, of conquistadores, of southern Mexico, of Jalisco, of romantic syllables. I learned Spanish and realized through forced English as a second language classes that my language is something I should be spoken at home, not on school grounds or in the classrooms. This heavily troubled me at an early age. Reaching high school and grasping a language that is considered a golden ticket for immigrant communities, I caught a glimpse of the barrier between the flocks of Mexican immigrants and the Americans who were frightened with the countless rumors of criminals and parasites being nurtured by their tax dollars, the culture of miscommunication. I realized this through my native instinct of replying to Mexican slang, my second tongue, feeling the need to dance when reciting translated poems, and the growing sentiment of inner rejection. I was at one point embarrassed about my heritage and soon repressed my bilingual power. I was afraid. Being a bilingual speaker interlopes with the fact that most Chicanos are not only living within two cultures, we are living with two languages, trying to cross burning bridges, two worlds that have been faced with the fear of history between them. The power of bilingualism is a gift that equips one to overcome the fear, and a gift that we must learn to harness. The power becomes a relic of healing. It teaches one to embrace the beauty of heritage. I truly believe communication can resolve external resentments and vanquish any internal oppression. It creates bridges within communities and cultures. The bilingualism spawns a new identity, a new individual made of two parts, Spanish and English, Mexico and the US, past and present, two parts of me. Thank you. So, This is the poem I wrote maybe a week before coming here. It's called Sleeping Magic. It's off a quote from Calle 13. I don't know if you guys vibe with Calle 13. Y the quote dice, soy lo que me enseñó mi padre. El que no quiere a su patria, no quiere a su madre. And that touches me really deep, you know. So el poema dice, creo. I believe in the setting sun behind mountain. I believe in the rambling lunatic who strolls at moonlight. I believe in capturing the bits of dying day to last all night. As I pick up the magic scattered around the floor, I tie the world around my ankles and prepare to jump. This is my suspension between sky and earth. I believe in the surface beneath me. I believe the roots of a tree are tangled to the core. I believe in the streams and the brooks, even as they dry. I believe in small hands to try, cup everything possible before it drips away. I believe in dust devils and a unison with sandstorms. Creo in the footsteps on crackling sand. I believe in the eyes of a lover and the silence of their shudders, laying there, a part of my body, becoming dust, y tierra, and dissolving into ritual. Night stars bending into cursive writing the music of el desierto. A temple of solitude, una melodía para la día que comes, and the dusk twirls as I drink pulque para bailar con los coyotes, dancing to the sand shifting beneath my feet, to the gods in the swing of my waist, to the love that leaves my twisting spine. I believe in el desierto and her beauty. I believe in the shadows that follow our every move. I will believe that there will always be a song in our chest being born. I believe I will die this way, praying for the wandering souls and the dancing of the stars and dancing for the rain. I believe in the sanctity and sorrow of this land. I believe in the beautiful faces and their cursed tongues. Creo in the sleeping stories of times before the border. Creo en lo que hay y lo que habrá. I believe in the holy cactus who watches over the houses in Tucson. I believe in the sacred wind and the saints hanging from my neck. I believe I am an unfulfilled dream. I believe que soy el río de Santa Cruz, healing the scars of an entire city as holy water pours from the sky. I believe in all the sleeping magic of this desert, and I believe you can buy the wind. Creo que no puedes comprar el sol. I believe you cannot buy the rain. Creo que no puedes comprar el calor. You can't buy the clouds. No puedes comprar los colores. You can't buy my happiness. No puedes comprar mis dolores. They belong here. I believe this is my home, built on the tombs of recumbent legends, land of callous hands holding a waving flag of resistance to the outside world. This is the land of two nations divided. This is the land of two tongues, of two sons, of demasiados inmigrantes, of names lost, crossing of too many souls who become that they were before they were flesh, sand, tears, y polvo de magia. This is the land where breath becomes resistance, and I saw tall like the sun. I believe when I die, I will not perish. I believe when I die, I will become another setting sun behind another mountain. I believe here, con mi lengua, con mi cultura, con mi heritage, I will live forever.
Excelente. Gracias. I hope that we send this message to Attorney General Horn in Arizona, to Senator Pierce, who is somewhere off, and to the judge that yesterday, 2 days ago, ordered Tucson Unified School District to bring the cultural courses back, because they're right. Cultural courses are dangerous because they educate the people that most need it and empower them to continue with their education and express themselves. So, Enrique, no? Hey. Okay. What I failed to say, though, I do like the Pueblo High because my ex-wife, mother of my kids, is a Pueblo High graduate. So, Enrique, in behalf of the National Association of Bilingual Education and the 20,000 teachers that we represent, we present you the award as a first place winner on the high school essay contest.
Man, oh man. Let's just take a moment to also recognize someone who's obviously doing something right. Enrique's dad is right here. Felicidades, señor. On an amazing, amazing young man. Wow. All right, right now it's time to introduce NABE President, Mr. Audes Bodai, who will present the Teacher of the Year Award.
Wow. That was amazing, man. You know, it's funny. I came in the room earlier, and as I walked in the room, I went to the table where the students are because I wanted to greet and meet them personally. And this young man, Enriquez, he stood up right away. He said, "Hey, how are you?" And he knew my face because he must have done his research, and he wanted to see who he was going to meet here. He said, I recognize you from the picture. And I said, and I recognize you from the picture as well. But I would have never thought that by seeing a picture, the words and power of words that came out of this young man's mouth was going to make me feel the way I do today. I mean, incredible. So today we're really honoring our students. We're honoring our practitioners, the people that serve our students on a daily basis. And today, on behalf of National Association for Bilingual Education, we would like to have, we're celebrating the Teacher of the Year for NABE. Can I have el papelito? All right. So on behalf of NABE, we would like to bring up Javier Dominguez. Is Javier Dominguez? People have to understand that these individuals are recognized today, and we get nominations from across the nation. It's not a very simple task to select one individual out of hundreds of nominations that come from around the U.S. So the students, you have to know that you're among the best in the nation, not just in one state, but nationwide. And our Teacher here of the year is also selected among hundreds of nominations that we all submit to NABE. And we have a very strict review, peer review group committee that selects them based on a specific criteria. So on behalf of NABE, I would like to recognize you as the Teacher of the Year, for National Association for Bilingual Education Teacher of the Year Award.
My name is Javier Dominguez, and I work in the Spring ISD, Houston, Texas. And I'm honored to be recognized as NABE Bilingual Teacher of the Year. I would like to begin by thanking my mom for giving me the best life she could, and our God for always being so generous to both me and my family. I would like to thank Spring ISD Bilingual Director, Ms. Lisa Anguiano, for her dedication on bilingual education. I would like to thank NABE Board for giving me the great honor of being recognized as the National Bilingual Teacher of the Year. I also want to thank my supervisor, Robbie Green, Sheila Tyler, for their unconditional support. In addition, my exceptional mentors, Stephanie Sheffield, Mandy Hanna, and Kelly Hamilton. As well, my bilingual partner at Aikenrod, Ms. Jackie Garza. But most importantly, I want to give a special thanks to my greatest mentor, also an excellent first grade teacher. There is a saying then, behind every great man there is a great woman. And she has been there for me for half of my life. My greatest mentor is my wife, my high school sweetheart, and my best friend, Heidi Dominguez. Last but not least, I would like to thank my son, Luis, and my daughter, Diana, for being excellent children and students. I have been inspired by many people, but especially by 3 children who were born and raised in very unfavorable environment. I would talk to you about them very briefly. Their mother was a seamstress who had very little schooling. She was a relentlessly hardworking woman. Their father, well, there isn't much to say about him because he refused to be in the family picture and he ran away in the earliest years of life. Their house, if you can call it a house at all, there was a single room which included the kitchen, living room, and the sleeping area. Every day since the eldest child was 7 years of age, they went straight to work after school. There was no time for naps, homework, or play. He and his siblings had the responsibility to help their mother bring food to the table. Working on the street, they were forced to interact on a daily basis with all kinds of people. Some were good, and some were very bad and abusive. But they each experienced, at a young age, the satisfaction of being overachievers. They understood that success came at a price. In order to achieve their goals, they had to have unbreakable determination and perseverance. They had to be able to dash all the obstacles in the rocky path toward their goals. And so they did. The youngest of these children became an electrical and mechanical engineer. The middle one has a master's degree in business administration, and the eldest son has the honor of being recognized as NABE's 2013 National Bilingual Teacher of the Year. As a teacher, I feel very proud to teach my students to have a mindset and values that are enemies of mediocrity, to be tireless fighters, that in the face of difficulties, never give up. If you fell down, you get up, shake all the dust, and just keep on going. Keeping in mind that for those who come from below, the path is a way up the hill. But up the hill is the direction to reach the stars. A ustedes, estudiantes bilingües me refiero, porque tus padres tuvieron el coraje de aventurarse de manera legal o ilegal a buscar nuevos horizontes, desafiando mares, desiertos y un sinnúmero de obstáculos. Para millones de ellos, pagando un alto precio de vivir en las sombras. Pero quiero decirte que ya no somos invisibles, que contamos porque hemos venido a dar y a construir esta gran nación.